Hey everybody, welcome back to Jade Designs, and today we are going to be reviewing some Ohuhus. Yeah, Ohuhus. So let's go ahead and prop these up on my knee because I have nothing else to put them on. Didn't have a plastic wrap. So I bought 150 of these for $59.99, but I had Amazon Prime, so they regular retail for about $65, I think. Here's this little leather pouchy bag, and they are Ohuhus. And I watched reviews on these before buying, not gonna lie, because who wouldn't in the right mind before spending that amount of money on markers? They stick these little papers in there as like a little guard or whatever. You can stick them between the folds of your notebook or whatever if you're coloring with these and you don't want to color on the next page. Little life hack for you there. 160 of them right here. And yes, at the end of this video I do plan to do an illustration with these and review, because this is a marker review. Why would you look at them and not do an illustration? But let me just show you these all in their glory. I'm taking this white crap out because I don't like it. They come with this little swatchy thing with the numbers and all of the colors on there, but don't trust it. Swatch your own markers, because they never actually, they might come close to looking like this, but if you swatch them you will realize that they also at the same time look nothing like these, because these are photoshopped and not actual real swatches. So if you look at these, my phone's ringing. Here are the Ohuhu markers. All of these, now that you've seen them all, I'll probably organize them later. As you can see, I've already put some of the grays together. I wish they would come organized. Sadly, that's not the case. But let's go swatch these. So here is the swatch that came with it up close. Let's see how accurate this is actually. Let me get my sketchbook. So I probably should make one of those fancy chart things, but I don't feel like it, so we're just going to swatch it on the back of a bad drawing index. I'm going to use just the fat edges just to do all these. So let's see. There's number 6. Up, and as you can see, even when it dries, I can already tell that number 6 will not look like that. That is far too saturated for number 6 to look like that. And you already know that number 6 is not going to look like that.
Six and a half hours later.
I finally swatched all these. I'm over it. I'm tired. It's horrible. But as I said earlier, you can see that the swatches in comparison, and I'm sorry my camera angle is bad, but in comparison to this are completely different. So you can see right here, they're very saturated and everything. This is a much softer tone, very watercolor-esque, kind of gouache. You can see even in the first, or number 6, it's very saturated here, but when you actually get like a very peachy pink. Let's get to sketching. So finally, after swatching all those stupid markers, I get to do some art. The first art piece that I did was a total flop, so I ended up going back and doing this illustration for this video instead, which I hope you guys enjoy. I don't know where I got a fox riding a bee from, but it just happened, and I actually really enjoy how this came together, and I really enjoy working with these markers. They're very convenient to carry around, and they're not such a pain to deal with like watercolors and acrylics. Unlike how I usually recommend when buying paints, I usually recommend when you buy paints just to buy the primary colors if you don't have very much money, and maybe some skin tones if you're not confident in mixing your own. But when it comes to markers, it is very much worth to just save up and buy multiple shades and tones, because you cannot mix your own. So yeah, just a little quick tip. So you can kind of see here in this clip what I try to explain later. When you're shading with these markers, sometimes you have to kind of push the ink around in the illustration, because if you don't, it just dries in a harsh line and the colors don't blend together. I don't know if I'm just misusing them, and if anyone has any tips, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. And I'm not really sure what I'm doing wrong, but sometimes the shaded color just tends to block and not blend with the other, even though I try to blend them together, and even with the colorless blender. Okay everybody, so here's the finished piece. I did my nails. Yeah. So here's the finished piece. I hope you guys like it. The orange bubbles were a mistake, but the markers seem to be able to blend pretty dang nicely. As you can see here on the jeans, you do have to push a little bit to get the pigment to spread, but other than that, maybe I'm just using them wrong. I'm not very talented with markers. I haven't used them very much, but other than that, I thought that they did pretty well. Like you can see right here, I didn't like smush the ink together, so it didn't like blend like these two colors did, because I used like a very stark green to get the blend properly, but I didn't push the pen onto the page to get the ink to blur, so it didn't do it there. But as you can see, the ears turned out very blended and nice here, and then the clothing, and just everything turned out very nice here. So yeah, I really do like these markers. Do I like this product? Yes, I actually really do. The markers blended very nicely together. You did have to push down a little bit to get some of the ink from the previous marker to smear a little bit, or else it made like these little smudge lines. But for the price, these are actually pretty good. I think they are this much per mark. So with that, I hope you guys enjoyed this short little review, and don't forget to leave a like, subscribe for more videos to come, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye!